So I haven't updated in a while because I borrowed the money to move in somewhere, and the little money I got back from totaling my car, which I didn't get much, but I was able to get myself and the dogs into an apartment. Nice one too. One that supposedly has cleaner air, like brand new. That was like the end of May, so I've just been here, but unfortunately, I have to move out again. This is crazy. There's been 3 leaks since I've lived here, and at first they accused me of lying about the leaks, because it was like a slow leak, but it was happening when I moved in. I just wasn't sure. It's so slow, I wasn't sure that it was actually a leak. I just kept trying to write it off as other things because this is a brand new apartment. Oh, God. So the other leak underneath this, that was under the kitchen sink. The bathroom sink, they didn't put the sink together correctly. Like, it was not tightened. Like, it was just sitting there. It wasn't even connected. I didn't think to check that before I started using the sink because I didn't put anything under the sink. There's a lot of cabinetry in there I used. So I was using the sink for a while, like a week, and I was like, what is that dripping noise? I looked under the sink, and sure enough, the parts were not connected. So I connected them. It was simply just screwing them on, but it was never done. And the sink, the kitchen sink leak, it was where the faucet meets the counter. It just kept a ring around there, like water just kept appearing. It was very little water. So I kept telling myself that it was like when I'm washing my hands or washing anything in the sink, the water was just simply splashing. Why it would make a perfect circle around the bottom of the faucet, I don't know. But eventually, I started getting these moisture gnats coming from the sink. And they're not fruit flies because I tried fruit fly stuff. It didn't work. And they were just emerging from the sink. So I finally called the office. I was like, this has got to be a leak. So they came that day and they didn't see a leak. They told me I was lying and that they don't know why I would lie. I was like, I don't either. So they made me feel so horrible. They were like degrading me. She told me, I think you need to leave. Meaning, like, move out. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You really don't think it's a leak? She said, no. And there were 3 of them here, and they all agreed it wasn't a leak. Literally later that very night. So later that night, mind you, this is the kitchen sink. As I was doing dishes, I could hear something under the sink. Again, this time in the kitchen sink. I opened the bottom of the kitchen sink, and there's water pouring everywhere. It's like 11 o'clock at night, so I had to call the emergency line. And when the emergency maintenance guy got here, he was pissed drunk. And the first words out of his mouth, there better be a leak underneath that fucking sink. He must have called them after I called the emergency line, and they must have told him, she's lying. So he opens the bottom of the sink, turns the water on, 10 seconds later, it starts pouring everywhere. He was very apologetic about his actions, and he actually apologized for the office. He was just going, I recorded the whole thing. He's going on and on about how sorry he is, blah, blah. He was here for a good hour and a half, fixed it, fixed the leak. And I said, what about the moisture? He said, you're going to have to call the office about that. So the next day I called the office about the moisture. Then I had already told them about the moisture gnat problem. So they said, we're going to send an exterminator and we'll take from there. Okay. Exterminator comes the next day, and I had to leave with the dogs for half the day, but I had my security cameras running as the exterminator and the guy from maintenance were in my apartment. And not only did the maintenance guy go through my things on camera, he doesn't know he's on camera, I heard the exterminator guy tell the maintenance guy, yes, you can call his manager and tell him that it's blamed on her. Tell them that it's something she did. So he calls the manager and says, the tenant here did it. It's the tenant's fault. Via exactly what they think I'm doing this for what reason, I don't know. I recorded the whole thing. At this point, I'm not here. I'm not. He went through my stuff. That's crazy. So I started packing. So the moisture gnats went away for about a day, but they have since come back full force. I wonder why, because there's moisture that they never address. They never address the moisture. Now this is going on 3 months, and it smells of mold very bad in here. The dogs have they were way worse here than they have ever been. And I have ever pictures of all of this stuff. The Hoagie skin, I can't even mean, he didn't have any skin. His whole entire back was just blood. It was from living in it. These dogs are literally chewing their toenails off their feet. I've never ever seen anything like that. All 3 of them are doing it. Like literally itching 24 hours a day. I've had pink eye twice since I've been here. Franklin's got it. It's not like it's contagious it's from the environment. I'm like extremely tired. So this entire thing has been moisture now. They're everywhere in here now. They're not even just to the kitchen. I woke up with one crawling on my face the other day in my bedroom. I'm literally packed to get out of here. I'm trying to get out of here like today because I've had like for one, they don't want me to stay here, but for 2, I wouldn't if they begged me, because this is the shittiest place ever. Oh, mind you, let me switch it back from when I very first moved in here, they moved me into a different apartment. Within 3 days, I took a shower. As soon as the bathroom heated up a little bit, there was mold underneath the entire, you could see it, like it was dripping, and they just painted over it. When I informed them about that, they were so apologetic, and because they came and saw it for themselves, they were so quick to move me to another apartment. They were like literally, I'm so sorry, you should never have to live in this. So then I had to move myself from one apartment to the next. I didn't have a car, so I had to walk things over, but I did because I just want this nightmare to be over. I just want my dogs to feel better. I just want to feel better. I wanted to start rebuilding, because I lost everything. That was June 1st. I think I moved in this new apartment. So almost 3 months. I'm leaving again. I've been packing for the last week and a half. I think I've got everything packed. But I'm back where I started. They're not gonna get my security deposit back, because I could work, but for what? What's really, I need to get out of here because the dogs all are sick. I really need to get out of here because, and also Franklin did get a very bad UTI about 3 weeks after we moved in here. The vet said that it was probably the worst she's seen in a long time. And it came on so quick, she said that bacteria got in his pee-pee, which, really, I've never had so many problems with these dogs that I've had in the last ones. Hoagie, his skin it wasn't even just his fur, his entire skin was blue. I can't even explain it to you. But they all don't feel good, and they've never fought. They have been fighting every day, all 3 of them. And I know it's because they don't feel good, because God forbid they swipe each other the wrong way or whatever. They start fighting because it hurts. Well, I constantly have to break them up. I did not realize how serious it was. I mean, I know it's serious, but I didn't think they were hurting one another. But just now, and I know Franklin's he's the least one to start the fight because he's so tolerant. But the other 2, all 3 of them fight. So a while ago, I tried to give them baths because we're trying to get them out of here. So I'm trying to do whatever I can to not take it with us. I don't even know where we're going. But anyway, Franklin was simply trying to rub, dogs when they take a bath. It's dirt to them. They want to be in their own. But he's rolling around, and he wasn't even close. He was about a foot away from Hoagie. I don't know, on the corners I caught him, and I had to break the 2 up. Fast forward 10 minutes, I'm washing the dish to pack it, and I look down, Delilah and Franklin are going at it, and never has this happened, so I don't know if maybe I just didn't catch it, or maybe it's getting more serious, but Delilah bit me. She bit me extremely bad there and there. She's never bit me before. My entire wrist is swollen as I'm breaking them 2 up. Sorry. And as I'm breaking them up, I don't know what possessed Hoagie, but then who was nowhere, it was 2 feet away, decided to bite me, which he has bit me before. That, and look at my thumb, it's like super swollen. I'm literally at wit's end. I don't know what to do. I know it's not their fault, but I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I worked this weekend and it was terrible. I don't even have money to go to a hotel, but if I have to sleep in the car, I have to have these dogs out of here. This is terrible. I don't want to have to get... I giving them up has never been an option, but I worry, and I know that, I don't know, we can't stay here. 99% of my stuff is packed. I'm just gonna plan to stay in the car, which I did get a car handed down to me from somebody after I crashed mine, which I'm thankful for, but it's nothing special, but it has AC. But if that's what I have to do, it's what I have to do. I have no help from anybody, and I thought moving here that this was over with, and it's like it got fucking worse. That's why I haven't updated, because I was trying to put an end to all this, but I can't, because this isn't the end. I'm not even back where I started. I'm 10 steps behind that, because I'm now $4,000 in debt to somebody, or almost. And back in my car again. We would have honestly been better just continuing to stay at Airbnbs than for this nightmare to have happened.